Is Thailand worth the hype? That is a good question, right? So, you're considering coming to Thailand, whether you want to live, whether you want to move, and you're like, yo, is it worth it? Should I do it? Etc., etc. I'm here to tell you, you have to make the right decision for yourself, right? I could have wiped all this sweat off before I did the video, look nice, etc., but that wouldn't be authentic, right? I'm like, I just came from outside. I want to show you, right? I could easily tell you things, but I was like, let me show you. Let me give you a glimpse of what it's really like as far as the heat. It's insane, right? So be prepared to sweat all the time, even when it's not during the hottest months. It's just expected. There's like maybe 3 months out of the year where you maybe won't sweat as much, right? The rest of the time, constant sweating. So what is your reason for coming, right? I know my reasons, and I did some background, spoke to some people, did some research, looked on the internet, went to Reddit, which is a credible source, right? And I found out the real reason why a lot of people come here. I'm like, oh, that wasn't the reason why I came here. I honestly came here straight by accident. And then it ended up being like a culture situation. For those who don't know, my name is PayMeInPaella. You can follow me on all my socials. I'm going to tell you a quick little 30-second story of how I discovered Thailand. I discovered Thailand by living in South Korea, right? And by me living in South Korea, I came early as far as back to the States. But I'm like, yo, I came all this way to South Korea. I can't just go to one Asian country. So long story short, that's how I found out Thailand. Now, me personally, I enjoy the culture. I think it's something unique, something to see. For me, in a sense, it's somewhat worth the hype. And the reason why I say that is because I can get what I need out of here. So most places I go to, when I pay these type of prices, I'm usually giving up my safety, or I'm giving up some bit of modern conveniences. Thailand is one of those countries where you can pay a fraction of the cost from the United States, from Australia, Canada, etc., and still have all the amenities and more. So I mentioned the heat, right? I got 2 AC units in this room. I don't know if y'all hear them in the background, but I just turned both of them on. 2 minutes later, I'm feeling good, right? So if you're inside all day, you got nothing to worry about. But if you go outside, if you like being in nature, meeting people, seeing the city, you know, not just necessarily doing the nightlife, then I'm here to tell you, you got to consider the heat, because it's going to get crazy. And I thought that, hey, maybe if I do things at night, I'll be good, right? So in this particular video, I was like, let me wait until nighttime to do some content, because I had some content and some concepts that I wanted to execute earlier in the day. I go outside for like 5 minutes. I'm like, nah, it's one of those days. So I was like, let me wait till later. Here we are at nighttime. I want to say it's like 9 p.m. or something, and it's still extremely hot. I'm still sweating from outside. So I'm like, man, just imagine if I was doing all that shooting during the daytime. So that's one thing you want to consider. Next thing you want to consider is it up to your standards? Earlier in the video, you heard me mention the United States, Australia, Canada, etc. If you're coming from these countries, you may have a certain lifestyle and certain habits you may or may not realize until you come here and you see a difference, and you have to do self-reflection and say, hey, I was doing things in country A, but now I'm in country B. I can't do those things accordingly. I'll give you an example. I had a buddy, an American buddy, trying to get the residency out here. He went to the immigration office on several occasions, and each occasion they told him, hey, we're gonna finish by this time. Every time they told him, it was always something wrong. It always took way longer, and they always told him to come back. So he went there several times, and it took several hours longer than they told him. So for example, they're like, hey, we're gonna finish this at 1 p.m. It may be like 6 p.m. right? And they keep telling them, come back, hey, come back the next day, hey, come back a week from now, etc. So that's an example, right? Because typically I feel like if you're from a country like Canada, Australia, United States, if a business typically tells you, or an entity typically tells you, hey, we're going to finish by 2 p.m., generally there's an assumption that that's actually accurate and that's around the same time they'll finish. In worst case scenario, if they don't finish that, sometimes they'll compensate you like, hey, sorry, we're an hour late, let's do this, or hey, I got this offer for you. But to tell you to come back the next day and again and again and again, that would be bad business practice in the United States. Now, I'm not saying that our systems are better than theirs or their systems are less than ours. I'm just giving you some realistic results that you can expect when you come to a country like this. You want to be best informed so you can make the best decision. So for you, is that worth the hype, right? Is it worth potentially certain processes taking longer than what you're accustomed to? You may value your time, so for you, in that instance, it's not worth the hype. I'll give you another example. There's been times where I was supposed to meet some locals here, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen, whether they are extremely late or if they cancel at the last minute, reschedule, etc. I will say, granted though, in their defense, in a city like Bangkok, it's to be expected because the traffic can get insane here. So you may say, hey, I'll be there in 35 minutes, but it ends up taking an hour. That's kind of expected. Once again, I'm not complaining, I'm not giving negative, I'm giving you information. You want to use this information to make the best informed decision, because on a regular basis I have people watching my channel and saying, hey, I want to move to Thailand, or hey, I want to visit, what do you think? And I give them the honest opinion, right? I'm not just a Thailand YouTuber, I'm going to go to many other countries. It's just I'm currently here, so I'm giving you my honest opinion on it. Now, with that being said, there are many pluses that can make it worth the hype. Let's say that you, going back to the lifestyle, accustomed to a certain lifestyle, let's say that you lived a certain lifestyle in your country. Over here, you can have what's called a financial upgrade, and that's because our lifestyle upgrade, because your finances are more developed, right? If you're assuming this is for people who are from like Australia, UK, Canada, United States, etc. If you're from somewhere where the currency maybe is not as strong out here, I apologize. This segment is not meant to offend you or anything like that, but this is for majority of my audience, which is from those particular places. So I just bought dinner for like $2. I'm like, I can never do that in the States. $2? Even the dollar menu is not even $1 anymore. They scam at McDonald's. They be like, yeah, we got the dollar menu. It's like $1.50 or something, $2. Now the dollar menu doesn't necessarily mean $1. It's any dollars rounded up, so it could be $2, $3, $5, right? Where else are you gonna buy dinner for that price and not give up safety and still have modern conveniences? I'm here to tell you this is unusual. You have to take advantage of this if you're considering moving out here. It's fantastic in that sense. What about if I told you, imagine getting a massage every other day? You just feel relaxed, you just feel chill. You can tell by my voice tone, my demeanor, that I'm in a calm place. Why is that? Because a massage is like $7 USD. Because I'm not stressing over certain things I did back in the States. Right? This is the lifestyle that I enjoy. Can you live this lifestyle in another country? Absolutely you can. But the title of this video is Thailand Worth the Hype. Go back to the original part of this video when I said, what are you in it for? So we just discussed lifestyle. We discussed finances, right? Ask yourself, what are you in it for? Some of you people are coming for inappropriate things that I'm not going to mention on YouTube. But guess what? You can get that here.